Hey everybody, this video is going to be about your fall garden. I'm sure you're probably not even thinking about it. It's over 100 degrees in most places and it's been that way for a while, and it's August 1st though, so it's right about time when you need to start thinking about what you're going to be planting during the cooler months of the year, which are going to be coming up here pretty soon. Now in this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about both sides of gardening. A little bit about the gardeners that have been watching this. You really want to start gardening but haven't started yet. This is going to be about how to prepare your garden for the summertime or for the springtime, and that's with nitrogen fixing plants. Now, and for others who already have their garden, your stuff's going to be starting to die back. Your corn's going to be harvested, a lot of your beans, a lot of the tomatoes and stuff. You're going to have to start getting everything ready for the cooler months. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the different types of plants that you can use for these cooler months also, and also how to put all that nitrogen and all those nutrients back into your soil that you've lost from the summertime growing all these big, look around your garden, look at all the big stuff. If it wasn't for all the nutrients and everything in your soil, that would not have even happened. So we're going to talk a little bit about how to do that naturally, how to put all those nutrients back in with plants. Basically all of your leafy greens, your brassicas, a lot of peas do really good in the cooler months, but here's the list, so bear with me. Leafy greens, potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, carrots, lettuce, spinach, beets, parsley, kale, mustard greens, a lot of wildflowers you start planting this time of year. Now buckwheat, soy and other types of beans you want to start planting this time of year as nitrogen fixers. Quinoa does really good this time of year in the fall. There are tomatoes, certain types of tomatoes you can grow in the cooler months. And onions and garlic, you want to plant those in the cooler months. Kohlrabi, which is a type of brassica, radish, turnips, bok choy, which is probably something I'm actually going to be growing this year. Celery, oregano, rosemary, strawberries, chives, peas, rye, and lots of clovers. So that's just a quick list of some of the stuff. I know it was a little bit fast, I apologize, but I didn't want to make it too boring for some of you folks that are pretty busy right now. So now the next part of this video, and I think probably the most important part about growing things in the cooler months, is fixing nitrogen, and that's basically crop rotation. And you can do that with your pots, with your fall small vegetable garden in your backyard, or even like big, large-scale farming where they rotate soybeans in the cornfields in the off-season to put the nitrogen back in. So that's one of the most important things. Now, if you guys were any of the subscribers that entered for the Seeds for Subscribers, that basically you sent me your address and I sent you some seeds, I sent you a great variety of nitrogen fixers. You're going to have some seeds coming that you can use to start your winter garden and your fall garden already. So go ahead and throw those in there, and if you're thinking about a spot in your yard or maybe somewhere else where you wanted to start a garden, and this is the best time to start doing that. Put those nitrogen fixers in the ground and get that garden ready for the springtime. Now, just a few nitrogen fixers, actually plants that you can use to put nutrients back into the soil, are basically all of your beans, all of your legumes. There's lots of other different types of plants. There's even types of trees and grasses, and a lot of clover even too. So mainly beans, legumes, and clover. If you can put those in your pots and in your garden when you're not growing the corn and the tomatoes and everything, you're going to actually make your soil better every year after year. So soybeans work good, mung beans, any types of clover. Vetch is actually one of the best nitrogen fixers you can have. Any of your pole beans, and even snow peas, they put nitrogen back in. And I've got some mung beans growing over here that I want to show you, and it's basically some nitrogen fixing in action. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, because it is starting to get a little bit dark. I apologize about that, but even with the sun going down, you can tell that this area over here is a lot greener than the area that's over there. Now what I did was I planted a bunch of brassicas, put a bunch of kale, maybe I even put some carrots, lettuce, basil, and I planted some mung beans right here. So this is actually just one mung bean plant, and mung bean is great. I found out it's really small, It doesn't really get really big and kind of take over, but it actually makes the plants around it greener by fixing nitrogen into the soil. So it's a great plant that you can plant around a bunch of stuff. You don't have to worry about it taking over, and it's really beneficial. It's, you know, nature's fertilizer. So I planted this clover in here. This is some wild clover that I found growing across the street. It's not really making things greener around it, but you know, it's not hurting it. So, but I'll still plant some mung beans and the rest of it for the fall season. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. I turned the light on because it's starting to get a little bit dark. I apologize about that, but I hope this video helped out a little bit with the different types of plants you can plant in the fall and ways to make your soil better for next summer after you've taken all the nutrients out from the stuff you did this year. And if you've never got into gardening, let's say you want to get into gardening and you want to get ready for next year, best thing to do is start planting all these different types of nitrogen fixers and getting your ground ready for next year. So that's a great way of doing it. If you say, hey, you know, I've got a bunch of tomatoes and I've got everything and they're already in pots and I've got them in the ground, and you know, I really can't start thinking about that. Well, that's what I did here. I actually took some, if you guys seen from my other videos, I had peppers growing in here and I planted turnips in here. Now I cut the peppers out and put some more extra dirt in here, thinned them out a little bit, and I got a bunch of turnips ready for fall season. So that's one way of doing it. You could just start planting your fall veggie garden right around your summer one right now. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope this helped, and go ahead and give me a thumbs up or leave a comment below. Tell me what you think. Thanks, guys.